Greetings with love and light. This is Meena. Today we are going to discuss an interesting and important concept on human consciousness. Why do we need to know that? Why do we need to understand this? How it is related to our materialistic life and spiritual life. So let's get it started. At the end of this video, you will understand how consciousness plays a major role in how we live our life, how we progress in our life, not only in this particular life, but through different reincarnations, how we progress. It is easy to say, turn your setbacks into stepping stones. It is easy to say that. But if you can digest the concepts, what I'm discussing in this video, you will actually see those setbacks as your stepping stones. It is also easy to say, forgive those who trespasses against you. But if you can understand the insight of this video, you will do it naturally. You will see people who are creating troubles in your life. You will understand it is not their fault. They are doing it because of their consciousness level. So you will with them and help them to grow in their consciousness level. So that kind of understanding you will get. At the end of this video, you'll be able to connect the dots. You will get some understanding and you will get some answer to these kind of questions like why there is lot of inequality while some people are so rich, some people are very poor, some people are very successful, while some people are really struggling to survive the day. Some people are very happy no matter whether they have money or not, while some people are not that happy regardless of their monetary status. So, that is one big question that we have to explore. And the second thing, if nothing works your way, if everything pushes you down, and if it continues like a domino effect, one after another, is it your fault? Okay, what's wrong? And how to fix it. At the end of this video, you'll be able to connect the dots that is given to you, and you'll be able to understand the answers yourself. You'll be able to get the answers yourself by digesting the data that we have. I know it is going to be a long video, but I really think it is really worth investing your time on this because at the end of this video, your perception on life, I hope it will change. What is consciousness by the book definition? Consciousness is like state of being aware of or responsive to one's surrounding, how to receive and how we respond to our surroundings. Or we can say our awareness of internal or external stimuli. This is how the psychology people will define consciousness. So, our awareness, how we receive the awareness and how we respond to that. Okay, internal and external stimuli. But at the end of this discussion, you will understand it's not about external stimuli more than external stimuli, it's more about internal stimuli. In our big picture, consciousness level decides everything. It decides how we look at the world and how we look at ourselves, how we perceive things and how we receive things. And consciousness determines our main characteristics. Based on that, it determines how the world looks at us. You'll be able to connect. This is the base for how we live our life. I'm going to explain this as usual by connecting Eastern, Western, and scientific ritual concepts. In a scientific way, I'm going to connect it with the research of Dr. David Hawkins, who has written a lot of books, The Map of Consciousness. This book is very popular, where he has explained the consciousness of humans based on their emotion. Our main focus is on this emotion part. Let's focus on that. This is the map that he has arrived at. This chakra concept in my channel. So if you didn't look at that video, I will give link in the description. To understand the chakra system better, then you'll be able to connect the discussion that we are going to make on consciousness. This level can be in 3 stages. Life happens to me mode, and then life happens by me, and then life happens through me. So the life happens to me means I don't have control over anything. Things just happens. In life happens by me mode, it is like I'm the reason for everything that happens in my life. That is like in solar plex chakra. That is the second stage. And the third stage is life happens through me. That means I'm just a tool. Okay, I don't have control over anything, but at the same time, I'm just a tool for everything. Not everything is happening through me, but I'm just a tool. So this is the third stage. So if you can connect it with the chakra system, the life happens to be mode is related to root chakra and sacral chakra, and life happens by me. This is related to solar plexus chakra, and life happens through me is related to heart chakra, throat chakra, and third eye chakra. I'm just trying to connect it with the Jesus parable on hundredfold. Seed cast on good ground brings forth 30-fold, 60-fold, 100-fold. So if someone is life happens to me a consciousness level, that will be like a rocky soil where it may yield 30-fold result. And when someone is in the second stage, life happens by me. In that stage, it will be like a okay soil where it may yield 60-fold. And the third stage, life happens through me. When someone is in that stage, they'll be like yielding 100-fold. Okay, that can be achieved in that level of consciousness. How about the crown chakra? The crown chakra is known as Krishna consciousness or God consciousness level normally. That stage is not about food. In that stage, you're not soil anymore. You will become seed. You will start to expand it. So that is crown chakra mode. If we understand how consciousness plays a major role in our life, making us to experience the life, we can become hundredfold, no matter where we are or where we started in our consciousness level, in the same life, in the same ground which produced 30-fold can produce 100-fold. Okay, so if we work on our consciousness level, so that kind of understanding I'm trying to bring in through this. So let's get started with the root chakra. So in this mode, the person will be in life happens to me mode. The basic stage is self-empathy, self-empathy or victim mode. So if you connect Dr. Hawkins' map, the last four stages of emotion. So I'm just displaying that for consciousness level or emotion level here. Okay, so these four levels of emotion is related to this level of consciousness. So the lowest possible emotion level is shame, which has the consciousness level value 20. So this is close to death, the very lowest emotion that a human can have. Very shameful activities like child abusers, very shameful, not acceptable by them. So those kind of people will be in this level consciousness. Okay. And the next level is guilt consciousness, which has the level of 30. The people who hurted or killed someone purposely, knowingly, they'll be in this level of consciousness. They will not have any interest in living because they know what they did is very wrong. Most probably, they will not be able to handle it. What they did will react in a negative mode, okay, because of the lower consciousness level. Next stage is apathy, which is 50. This is related to hopelessness. The homeless people, isolated people who doesn't seem any hope to live further, they'll be in this stage. And the next stage is grief, which is 75, which is related to loss or sadness. We all experience sadness in some part of the life. That is pretty normal. Things happens, and and being sad is the response that we will give for that environment, right? So that is pretty normal. But remaining in that stage all the time, no matter what happens, regardless of whatever is happening, if someone is there in the grief mode all the time, then their consciousness level is grief mode. But let's look at the characteristics. So if a person is there in this consciousness level, he will feel like body is the main thing. I am the body. Okay, so no other perception, and we are living in this body. That is, I am the body consciousness. So he will just want to survive. Survival will be the main criteria, and he will feel nothing is fair. Whatever is happening to him is not fair, and no one is fair to him, and whatever is happening to him doesn't seem fair. Okay, and everyone and every situation is targeting him, pushing him down. So that kind of consciousness level, so victim mode consciousness level. And in this stage, a person will not be interested in personal development because already surviving the day itself seems difficult. Not interested in personal development, and he'll be addicted to every single stimulus, every single situation that is happening in the environment. He will react to everything, every single thing, and mostly it will be like a negative reaction because of the level. It is not his fault, it is about his conscious. That is the thing, or whatever we are discussing, it is not the fault of a person. It is happening because that is where his perception is. Will be in this mode. Nothing is my fault. It is fault of everyone around me. So I didn't do anything wrong, and someone did it. So it ended up like that. So in that mode, the person will be in the anxiety and sad emotion because of all these triggers and environments. Just to get a temporary peace, temporary happiness, the person will be more interested in partying, drinking, eating, okay, in these activities. Who will be in this stage? Normally, the people who has very low self-esteem, and the people who faced only struggles in their life, they feel very insecure to run the life, and they always depend on someone for their survival, will be in this stage. So how to move on to next? How to raise the consciousness to the next level? We don't need to do it if we simply go with the flow of universe teaching. Universe has its own curriculum, and just learn the lessons given by the universe based on its curriculum, then still we will have a steady growth. So according to that curriculum, if a person is in this root chakra mode through all the lessons given by the universe, they'll be tired of being in victim mode. So he'll start to watch the thoughts and the emotions and the environment, because he will start to think why it is only happening to me. This is the trigger. So he will start to learn the lessons of universe. He will learn nothing that he seeks give him happiness, just temporary. Once it is done, then again he will go back to that mode, okay, low esteem mode. So nothing, what nothing gives him a permanent happiness, and he will start to learn. Uh, he doesn't need to respond to all his thoughts, because that's where all the problems is getting started. He will start to realize that he doesn't need to respond to all his thoughts, and then he will start to learn he doesn't need to make a huge deal, or he doesn't need to try to seek attention for each and every emotion that he feels. It is not everyone's responsibility to respond to his emotions. He will just learn that thing, like he doesn't need to make a huge deal by involving someone into that. Because of all these learning, he will start to have a desire to escape from suffering. So he will just feel like I had to do something to escape from this suffering, which will lead to next level of consciousness. So this is stage one. Stage one, with the chapter one completed based on universe curriculum. So if someone have this desire to escape his suffering, then he is ready to move on to the next level. But in each level of this consciousness, the universe has some trap. That is like a test. So once they are completing that grade, that is a test in that stage. The test is, the trap is the laziness, or if someone get used to demanding someone to help them, they get used to that mode. If they get used to their laziness, if they get used to using someone for their survival, then that is the trap. If they didn't pass the test, then they will stuck in that trap. But if they pass the test through all those learnings, if they learned all the lessons, then they'll be ready to move on to the next stage, which is life happens to me, but still self realization mode. When he started to have the desire to escape his suffering, in that point, the person will move from his survival consciousness to the next level, which is self analysis. So, this level belongs to sacral chakra. Even in this level, the person will still be in life happens to me category, but in different levels. Rather than being in self empathy level, he will move to the next level saying self analysis. And the main motive in this level will be growth. So let's explore the characteristics of this level. So in this level, the characteristics of a person will be in, if you ask the question, who are you? The person will say, I am the person. Okay, he will develop his consciousness to the next level, and how he will look at the world. So that will change a little bit from his previous level. He will start to change how he perceives himself. The perception of self will change, but the perception of life or the world will not change. In this level, the consciousness levels or emotions will be of these types: fear, desire, and anger. So fear is of 100 value. Fear is all about fear of death, fear of uncertainty, what is going to happen in life, fear of rejection, fear of poverty, fear of social recognition. Okay, so how we are getting recognized in the social environment. All those fears will keep human in this level 100, and realizing that they have to come out of this fear, that will lead to the next level, which is desire. So desire has the level 125. So once they want to come out of their fear, they will have the desire for more money, more power, and more fame. Okay, they will put all their efforts to achieve, to gain these things, gain more money, gain more power, name, and fame. They will enjoy this level, they will enjoy their reward, they will have the desire, they will work for that, and they will get the reward. But to move on to the next level, sometimes even if it keeps going on, things happens, it is not always he'll be able to achieve what he desires, right? So that will trigger to the next level of consciousness, which is anger, of value 150. So failure of not achieving one's desire will result in anger, which leads to frustration. So frustration, sometimes it will lead to constructive action. It will, most of the times it will fall into the destructive action mode. So this frustration will lead to hatred of something or someone. So that is the next stage, hatred of something which is stopping them from achieving what they want to achieve. So, what are the characteristics that is related to this consciousness level? This is related to sacral chakra. And what are the characteristics? So, the person who is in this consciousness level will be in this mode. I am the person, not body, but I am the person, that consciousness level. And, he will want to improve himself in any environment. He's want to keep improving himself. He'll be interested more in personal development, career growth. He will strive to get a happy life, happy relationship. He'll be interested in learning discipline. He will know that, okay, to get all those things, I have to learn discipline, self responsibility, organization. So he'll show interest in learning and implementing all these things: discipline, self responsibility, taking ownership. Still, There are some things that will pull him back, like distractions, but the desire to achieve something, that personal development will keep him to keep moving. In that path, he will consistently, he will still have fear about the future, uncertainty, because he doesn't know what is going to happen. I'm working hard. I know it will work out, but if it doesn't work out, what is going to happen in the future? Okay, the uncertainty of the future will keep him in the fear mode internally. So still he is victim to the world. He will or karma. Okay, he will still in the victim mode, victim to the world or victim to whatever is already given, that is karma. So he will feel like something beyond his control. So in this mode, so still because of all this fear, he will be in the stress, frustration, and he'll be more interested in working for future. Keep working for creating good relationship. Keep working for seeking entertainment whenever is needed. Okay, so this is the main characteristics of this chakra, which is sacral chakra. So who will be in this mode? The people who struggle in their life, but who want to come up in the life, okay, who want to work hard and come up in the life. So they will be in this mode. So how to raise the consciousness level? How the universe makes plan to raise the consciousness level to the next stage. So let's look at this lesson, whatever the person will learn in this stage. So his self-love gives him a positive momentum that will help him to move towards gaining self-esteem. Since he is very obsessed with the personal gain, he'll be interested in doing positive affirmation thing and then manifestation, those kind of stuff. He'll be very interested because he wants to grow, but he will not develop any interest to self realization, but self growth, self empowerment will be the main motive in this mode. And then once he realize everything what he feel or think is not true, or not making things work, he will start to believe on the higher power. He'll be involved in some kind of belief system or religious activities, religious practices, because he feels like he has the fear inside him, and he fears that if something is not going well as planned, I need some power, I need some support from the higher power. So he'll be in the praying mode. He will want or look for the help. So he'll be involved in religious activities or in some kind of belief system. He will start to question his thoughts, okay, which will lead him to self-realization. So that is the step for the next stage, next grade. Okay, so the next grade is going to be self-empowerment. But before that, he has to first realize who is he. So the self-realization will accelerate the progress, and he will try to understand his true potential. He will try to use his true potential, which will lead him to the next stage, which is self empowerment stage. These are the lessons in this level, in this grade. And what is the test? Okay, to pass to the next grade. The trap is being engaged and happy through facing struggle, kind of satisfaction in sorrow, in struggle. Everything is happening to me, but I'm dealing with this. I'm working on that. They will have some kind of satisfaction. That is the trap. They first have to come out of the trap. They have to, because this is where they are escaping that life happens to me mode. So if someone passes this test, then the next level is life happens by me. The growth from this consciousness level will be the person will be tired of trying random things to fix this uncertainty. He will learn that, he will realize that there is something wrong in his self analysis, and he will try to fix the flaws that he has that needs to be addressed. This will direct him from self analysis mode to self-improvement mode. So this will accelerate the progress toward next level consciousness, which is self-empowerment. This is self-empowerment stage. In this stage, person will feel like I'm the reason for everything happens around me. So in this level of consciousness, solar plexus chakra consciousness, that is self-empowerment consciousness, there are two main emotions, pride and courage. Since they are able to just work on their pitfalls, work on their challenges, and be successful, the person will feel very positive but still vulnerable mode, like because he feels positive that he was able to manage, he was able to become successful, but still he has the fear of external condition. If something goes wrong, then I'm not sure in that mode. Okay, so what will happen if something goes wrong? And also, if someone hurts this pride, then definitely they will fall back to lower levels like hatred, angry. Okay, so that is pride emotion. Once he surpasses this, then the next level is going to be courageous mode. You can see that in the consciousness map, there is a dot, the strong line. Once the person is able to conquer this emotion pride, okay, once he is able to handle the pride and also he is able to conquer the fear of failure, then this is the big lab. So that what the levels, whatever below this dotted lines are known as lower levels. Levels that comes after this dotted lines are higher levels. Getting courage is the biggest lab. So empowerment and accomplishment, the feeling of accomplishment will give the courage to move on to the next level. In this courage level, life will start to feel more exciting. Okay, and it will be more stimulating. So who feels courage? Whatever comes, I can take care of that. Whatever comes, I'll be given with the situation that I can deal with that. Okay, so that kind of courage is the first step towards jumping to the next level of consciousness. What are the characteristics of this consciousness level? This is related to solar plexus chakra. We know that solar plexus chakra is all about ego, but in the mode that I am powerful person. Okay, the consciousness level will move from I am person to I am powerful person consciousness. I am body, I am person, now I am powerful person. I want to realize what is my full potential. The person will be very egoic and he'll be very self-centric, like me, my family, my growth, my welfare. So very self-centric. And still the person will be addicted to stimulus since he feels that he is powerful person. He'll be like moderately addicted to stimulus, but still he feels he can handle it. So he will be more of focusing on what others think of him, his relationship to others or to world. That will be his main focus. He will try to go against the flow in this stage because he thinks that he is powerful. The previous stages, they will just go with the flow, but they feel like they don't have any power to go against. But here, since the person feels he is powerful, sometimes he will try to make things work according to his desire. Even though it is not supposed to work, he will just try to go against the flow of the river and he will try his best to make things work in his way. In this battle, at some point, he will realize something is beyond his control. He will start to rely on higher power more. So he will involve in religious practices more, but with little bit more consciousness level, not relying on higher power for everything. He will do his best, but still for that uncertainty, he will rely on the religious practices, which makes sense, right? Most of us, we will do our best, but for certain things which is not in our control, we will start to rely on the higher power. Okay, that makes sense. And he'll be more attracted to law of attraction kind of stuff, and he'll be more attracted to self empowerment kind of stuff, manifestation, motivation kind of activities, self motivation kind of teachings. All those things will interest him. Though this stage looks successful, still there are a lot of struggles. lot of resistance because he wants to make things to work in his way, as in the way what he wants. So still there will be lot of struggles and lot of resistance. Because of that, the person will not be happy inside, or he'll not feel the peacefulness inside, because he'll be always looking for something more and more. Because once he got it, he will lose the, what to say, the attraction towards that will not be attractive anymore once he achieve it. That is the reality, right? So we will try to achieve something, but once we achieve it, we will try to look for next thing. That is how the universe has planned the lessons for us. Let's try to seek for more things because will make him happy, because he is not satisfied with what he got. He is searching for more and more and more, okay, to get some happiness. So more money, more fame, more pleasure, okay, that kind of mode. And obviously, most of the people are in this phase. Even though someone has a better financial stability, but ignorant of true wisdom, okay, because focus is in searching for more pleasure. So because of that, many people will be in this level. So how to move on to the next level? Next level is going to be self-realization. So how that is going to happen? So he will start to realize something is wrong with the basic understanding on how we perceive the world, because nothing gives him the happiness. He is trying his best to make things to work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but nothing gives him happiness. He will start to realize that. He will start to explore the things, the reason that is behind the uncertainty, which gives that uncertainty. What brings that uncertainty? Something is beyond the control. What is that beyond that he doesn't understand? He will start to explore the things which is beyond his limit. Like he will be drawn towards things like yoga, meditation, astrology. He will start to explore that. This is the stage of spiritual awakening, like starting of spiritual awakening. He will start to realize something is more than what we see here. Okay, so he'll be drawn towards these kind of stuff. He will learn to understand the situation. These are the main learnings that the universe will provide. He will learn to understand the situation and people in the different terms than he used to do. He will learn to understand. He used to judge, but now in this stage, he will try to understand rather judging. Okay, he will try to balance things in his life. Before in Solar Plus Chakra, he was more of self empowerment, work, career. But in this transformation stage, he will try to balance his personal life, professional life, and also social life. He will develop his interest towards inner healing, looking inwards. He will start to get the sense of that he has to stop looking outwards and start looking inwards. So he will start to search for the true wisdom because he got some glimpses, and then he will get the attraction towards finding the true wisdom. This is where the spiritual search begins. Spiritual search, which is kind of, we can say, spiritual awakening begins. So this spiritual search or awakening will lead him to the next level of consciousness, which is compassion for everyone. So what is the test? In each grade, universe will give test, right? What is the main test in solar plex chakra? How someone can pass this level? So the trap is overconfidence. By overconfidence of most of the things that he tried, he was able to achieve it. That overconfidence will keep him stuck in this level. And sometimes getting satisfied or being happy with the materialistic success. One should feel that this materialistic success is not giving me anything what I want. When someone feels that, then he will move on to the next level of consciousness. But most people will have this fake feeling that they are very satisfied, they are very happy, they got everything that they wanted. So that may keep someone stuck in this level. Most of the people who think that I'm doing it, and everyone depends on me, I make things work out, and that the reward that he gets when someone appreciates him, admire him, that satisfaction, okay, that level of happiness. Okay, if someone gets stuck in that level, then that is the trap here, and that will make him to stuck there in that level for long. So once when he realizes that there is something more in life, then he will move on to the next level, which is empathy for others related to heart chakra. This is the level where the person will realize life happens through me. I'm just the tool. When he realizes that there is something more in life, then he will move on to the next level, which is empathy for others related to heart chakra. This is the level where the person will realize life happens through me. I'm just the tool. What are the emotions someone will experience in this consciousness level? Neutrality. So, which is 250 value, which is inner confidence. The inner confidence, the even in solar plex chakra, confidence was there, but that confidence was with fear. Something happens, which is something beyond my control, that ruins it. That fear was there. But this confidence level is different. Even if I lose something, I'll get another because he will develop the trust towards the process, the universe. So he will start to rely on the universe, and then he will feel like even if something happens, it happened for a good reason. Even if I lose something, I'll get another. That kind of thing, which is related to neutrality. Once he reaches that level, the person will move on to the next level. So, which is willingness. Whatever he does, he will try to do things with 100% willingness. So, the satisfaction that he gets from that willingness will help him to move forward with all his endeavors. He will get lot of he will manifest lot of things. There will be lot of rapid growth. There will be lot of materialistic success in this level. But when someone reaches this level with all materialistic success, still they will feel like they will have the push towards the next level of consciousness, because all this success will not give them happiness. So they will get the maturity of acceptance, which is the next level of emotion. There will be more understanding on how things work. There will be more reliability on the universe law. There will be more understanding of reality, accepting things as it is. And they will have this mindset of everything happens for highest good of everything. So previously they had the neutrality mode where they feel like, yeah, everything happens. Even if something happens, there will be some other plan. But here they will have the acceptance of looking at the bigger picture, not looking at the pixel. Everything happens for a reason, which I don't know. But there should be something good in the highest good of everything, it is planned in that way. So that kind of level is called acceptance level. What are the characteristics of this level? So in this level, the person will get, I am just a tool. Life happens through me. God experiences life through me. God makes things happen. I am just a tool. Everything is already planned. I'm just a puppet. So that kind of consciousness. So this we can say it is the spiritual awakening stage. The previous stage was starting of spiritual search, but this is the actual spiritual awakening stage. Most of the people who is in this level will go through one of the 5 stages of spiritual awakening. I will explain this in another video, but this is the first stage of spiritual awakening where ego death will occur. The egoic identification will fall off. The person will realize this name, this fame, this person, this identity, country, I'm from this country. Those all kind of labels associated with us will not make any sense in this stage. So that's where ego death occurs. So he will start to realize, no, I'm not these. labels. And then in that mode, he will feel the love for everyone. He'll be very empathetic towards every being because he will start to realize that all beings are like his siblings. He will have that love, unconditional love, and he will become empathetic, and he will be very overwhelmed by looking at the suffering of the world and other people. He will try to do his best to end that suffering, to do something to make them to feel better. And in this stage, gratitude, thankfulness, and the compassion, unconditional, feeling everyone in their shoes, okay, that will become their main characteristics. So they will feel their the people's pain. Okay, they will try to do something to make them feel better. In this stage, when they try to do to fix things, when it doesn't work, they will get better understanding that even though we are doing good, we are not controlling anything. Everything happens by the plan of higher power. So in that stage, they will start to realize, okay, so everything is planned, then why I am here? Why I realized all those things? Why I passed all these stages? So he will start to realize he is there for a higher purpose. So he will start to realize he is one small sound or tune or an instrument in this universal symphony. Okay, in this universal song, he is just one single sound. Okay? But that one single sound should get along with others so that this the universal symphony will be beautiful. The song of God will be beautiful. He will realize that whatever the higher purpose is, I need to achieve that higher mission. I have to work on achieving that higher mission, which is give already designed, which is already provided to me. And then he will also have this confidence because you realize that previously he got that acceptance and neutrality willingness. Because of that, he already has this attitude that whatever I have to achieve, I will achieve because everything is provided already. When I'm born here with some purpose, already everything is provided. The tools are provided. Whatever is needed is already provided to me. He will get that confidence. So he will not feel like what is going to happen because he knows that no, whatever is going to happen is planned, and whatever I have to do, the tools will be already there when I reach that level. He will have that confidence. And then this thing, like whatever happens to anyone, whatever happened or whatever happens is for good reason. He will start to look things in higher picture. எது நடந்ததோ அது நன்றாகவே நடந்தது. According to the Gita, he will start to realize whatever happened, that happened for a good reason. Even if you lose something, you start to look at that in higher perseverance. Like this happened, I lost this because it is part of higher plan. I'm supposed to lose this because this is part of the plan. If I lose this, then this will trigger this environment that is needed in this life. If something bad happens, still it is part of the higher plan. Okay, so he will simply accept and then he will go with the flow. Remember in the previous solar plex chakra, trying to go against the flow, but this one go with the flow. So who will be in this level? The people who are going through spiritual awakening, but they pass some level. So they pass some test. In this stage, the people will be always in the search of true wisdom. I want to understand things. I want to enhance my understanding. I want to understand how the universe works. Who is me? Who is God? That kind of thirst for true wisdom is the main characteristics in this stage, spiritual awakening stage. How to move on to next level? As per curriculum of the universe, they will realize they can't control things. They have to let go of things, and they will start to practice more detachment. So detachment towards something what they were very attached towards. They will practice detachment for the better understanding of reality because they will start to realize we are all part of one. So there are layers between us, there are some walls between us, but still we are part of one infinite consciousness, one thing. We are part of one thing. So they will just try to detach from their own shell, and they will just try to connect with the whole reality. So they will learn to merge with their higher self through meditation, through satvicharam, through asking question to true wisdom. They will learn to merge with the plans of their higher self. This will lead to the next level, development of wisdom, getting some better understanding of reality, which is associated with the next level of consciousness. But to move to the next level of consciousness, it's not easy actually. Even though they get all the wisdom, even they start to understand the things, there are a lot of traps in this chakra. The first trap is spiritual ego. They will start to realize that I have a better understanding of reality. I have a better understanding how things work. That may develop spiritual ego. That means that they feel like they have the better understanding. Okay, so that they say spiritual ego, that is one trap. They have to understand that everything is part of plan. Okay, they have to understand it's not special that they got this understanding. It is part of plan. They have to realize that. Second thing, since they are being empathetic and they are trying to so involved in solving others problem, that is another trap. So being too empathetic, that will be another trap. They have to realize they cannot control everything. They can give their best to help others. But these are the two traps. But in other than these two practical traps, there is one more thing that they have to practice in this level is inner silence, cutting down unnecessary thoughts. In this level, thoughts will be the main challenge. They have to cut down their thoughts, and only they can move on to the next level. So many people who got awakened spiritually will get stuck in this level because of the thoughts and because of the spiritual ego and because of too empathetic towards everything. So these are the main traps in this level. So the test is getting harder in this level. So the next level is going to be throat chakra. In this mode, they will be in serve to others mode. The previous mode was empathy for others, but here serve to others in a way detached mode. In a detached mode, how to serve others in a whole picture, not in individual level, but in a higher level. How to serve others, how to align ourselves with universe plan, how to be a perfect puzzle piece that can fit where it is supposed to fit. In this level, the consciousness levels are reasoning and love. So the reasoning, since they got all the wisdom from their previous level, they will have better understanding on how things work. Since they have a higher perception on the reality, they can make a better decision. They can understand life with higher wisdom in that through lens. They will start to look at the life through that wisdom lens. So they will have a better understanding. They will be better in decision making. The people in this level will be very highly intellectual, highly talented. They have better communication because they have better decision making and they know how to put the data together and communicate with others in this level. So the next level will be love, which is 500. So the reasoning is mostly it focuses on self, how to make better decision, how to become better in communication. But the love, which is the other side of this consciousness level, it focuses on goodness of everything and every being. So that will be the main focus, not for self, but for the whole picture, for the big picture, for the highest good of everything. So this will become their main focus, which is unconditional love. The people who are in these characteristics will be in the I am the observer consciousness. I am the observer. The God is observing the life through me in that consciousness. They will start to understand the duality. So the things good, bad, or anything like duality, good, bad, light, dark, all those things, it is part of the universe. They will have the higher wisdom. So they will come out of that duality mode. Duality, the main reason how we perceive things. Okay, they will have the higher wisdom on understanding this duality with the higher wisdom. So they will feel detached from good, bad. This is good for me. This is bad for me. Because they know it is not about good, bad. It is about experience. So since they get that glimpses of this higher wisdom, they will not associate with any choices like good choice, bad choice. They will become sensitive. That this is the problem with this mode. Since they are able to see things through higher wisdom, they will not understand things through the words, through the accents. They will be able to read in between the lines. So they can see if something is not true. So they cannot tolerate that untruthfulness because the characteristics of this chakra is honesty. They cannot tolerate the untruthfulness. They will behave in selfless mode. So if someone is being very selfish, they'll not be able to tolerate that. So the next level is they will just realize this physical reality is nothing but dream. Okay, because they might have conquered all their five senses. I have explained how each chakra is related to each sense in my previous video. This level, they might have conquered all the pleasures that is received through all these five senses. So they will not get addicted to any of that senses. And then they prefer to be in silent mode and they can still receive thoughts, but they will simply easily ignore their thoughts. They will move from empathy mode to compassion mode, unconditional love, best of everything, because they will be in this mode, all is one. The person will have the highest desire to share their wisdom. Since they got all this wisdom, since their throat chakra got activated, they will have the highest desire to share what they learned, what they experienced, what they achieved. They will start to realize that I have to share it with everyone, because if with this understanding, people will live their life in better way. They will have that push to share that wisdom with everyone. So most of the spiritually awakened people will be in this phase. What are the lessons that has to be learned in this stage? The person has to master their skill in silencing their thoughts, because still they will receive thoughts, but they have to start move from observing thoughts to silencing thoughts. So it should be able to observe his thoughts, feelings, emotions, environment, everything in an observer state. So he will start to realize, I'm here to experience it. Let me experience it in the observer mode. So he'll be in the higher self mode. He will start to observe without getting involved much in that. So he'll have a higher level of realization. He will have more alignment with the higher self. He will start to look at the things in eagle view. When we look at the things in eagle view, we know where is pitfall, we know where is the blockage, we know where steps. Okay, so when he will have this higher perception on life, so he will start to look at the things with the eagle view. He'll be aligned more with the higher mind. I'll explain about the actual consciousness map that is related to our mind, all those things in the next video. He will start to realize, he'll have the desire to realize the oneness. So far, he has the understanding of oneness. He has the understanding how everything is one. But he will have the desire to realize the oneness. Understanding is different. Realizing and experiencing it is different, right? So he'll have the desire to realize the oneness, and then which will direct the person to move on to the next level of consciousness. So what is the test in this stage? The universe will test. The person will be, since he learned much, he wants to share a lot of stuff. So that may have a impact on his own soul growth. He has to share that maybe his higher purpose, but still he has to make sure that his own progress is going good. That is the trap given in this level. Next level is third eye chakra level, where all is one and one is all, like kind of understanding. In this level, the consciousness level will have these kind of emotion, joy and peace. You can see the joy is close to peace. Okay, so the joy is different, happiness is different. Joy is pure happiness. Things will never give us joy. The unconditional love, that is the only source of getting this joy. The consistent unconditional love will bring the joy. Joy will be there in each moment, because the heart chakra that produces that gland produces the chemical. So that chemical that is produced from the heart chakra, the unconditional love, So that joy is different from the happiness. There is a coherence between the brain and heart. I will explain those things later in some other topic. But because of that coherence, there will be a channel will get opened with the universe. And then because of their higher vibration, they will start to attract things that matches with their vibration. So that means they can manifest things very easily. Things will fall in their way because of their higher vibration. They will start to attract things with that higher vibration. So whatever matches with their vibration will fall in their way. So this is pure joy. And then after that, the next stage is 600, which is peace, bliss, which can be achieved with God consciousness. It is complete self-realization. Body, soul, God. Self, highest self, how things work, how the law work, all kind of realization. When he knows everything, that will bring inner happiness, inner silence, okay, inner peace. In this stage, some will become actual spiritual teachers. Sharing knowledge is different, becoming masters is different. So they will become actual spiritual teachers because they didn't just learn, they realized it, they experienced it, okay. They will become spiritual teachers, and then some people will become spiritual teachers, and some will start to work silently for the betterment of the world. So it's in a silent way. So the people or the characteristics of this level, which is related to third eye, is they will have a better understanding on I'm not this body, I'm not this person, I'm not this powerful person. They will have a better understanding that I'm just being in a meat suit and I'm just experiencing the life in this meat suit. I'm here just to experience it. So better realization, better self-realization. They will not have any interest towards self. They will be more interested towards the betterment of whole, but no interest towards self. They will understand the inner divinity more. They will have a better connection with the inner divinity more. They will have a better connection with the higher self and the highest self. And in this stage, the person will get more spiritual gifts or psychic powers. So, extra sensory perception. They will not rely on five senses because they have conquered their five senses before, right? In the throat chakra. So, they will not rely on their five senses to see the world. Extrasensory perception and psychic power. Because of that, they have the awakened kundalini, which gives them more psychic power and spiritual gifts. So they are in a level that they can access bliss anytime. They effortlessly they can access bliss because they surpass that joy. So they can access bliss anytime. They will start to experience the oneness which they have desired in the previous stage. No separation, no ego, looking at others as you, because you will see the fragment of God which is sitting inside you and observing the life is sitting inside everyone and every single being. So, with that understanding, when you look at things, you will start to realize I'm there inside everyone. Okay, that kind of understanding. Saints and spiritual masters will be in this stage. They have to move on to the next level, crown chakra level. They have to still master their silence. But the main trap is spiritual power, siddhis. Okay, since they get siddhis, they have to make sure they are using it well. They have to have the better control over their siddhis, using it for good cause. Obviously, they will use it for good cause, but better control over that is very important. And learning to merge with consciousness, which is going to be the next stage, becoming divine. I am divine, that kind of consciousness. From this level, they will move on to the crown chakra, that is I am Christ consciousness level, where it is enlightenment stage. This is the final stage that one can attain in this three-dimensional world in the human form. What to say, goal of every being, all beings who are here in this three dimension, to move on to the next dimension. This is the gateway. We have to get enlightened. We have to get the enlightenment to move on to the next level. Yeah, it's not done. To move on to the next level, we have to attain this enlightenment. So this is very rare stage, rare in the sense not easily attainable, because the previous stages and all our efforts, we have to try, and we have to work on, we have to increase this consciousness level. This consciousness level, it is already destined. Okay, it's not in our hand, it is already destined. So this kind of consciousness is attained by the spiritual masters like Krishna, Jesus, Buddha, or anyone who got ascended to the next level has to attain this consciousness level. That is the only way to pass this grade and move on to the next dimension. This is the only gateway. So all the ascended masters who got ascended to the next level might have passed this stage. So they attained it, they enlightened, and they had a desire to make the fellow beings to pass this, to get enlightened because of the unconditional level, because of that oneness feeling. They have that high desire of making the fellow being to get enlightened. But actually, what is happening? All their teachings got misinterpreted without the higher level of understanding. All those teachings turned into religious beliefs. And more worse than that is attachment to the religion will lower the consciousness level further instead of making it better. Even if you let it as it is, the universe will work on that and then it will make it better. But they use it as a fear-based control system to lower their consciousness level. The regions are formed to increase the conscious, to give a pathway, okay, to get ascended to the next level. But sometimes these teaching, the extremist activities will make the human consciousness to fall back to root chakra mode. So coming back to the characteristics of this consciousness, it is hard to explain the characteristics because it cannot be achieved as easily by our efforts, because it is supposed to be destined by, when we are born here, we are destined to do. If you are destined to do that, or if it is approved by our higher self or higher power, then only we can achieve this level. So until third eye chakra, we can work on that. We can focus and we can work on to increase the consciousness level. But this one is not in our hand. It is beyond our control. And when we are ready, when we, there is something that is destined by the higher self. So if it got approved by the higher self, then we will be in this consciousness level. So only very few have been achieved. So there is no self-identity. It is singularity consciousness. They say it is Christ consciousness, but it doesn't come from the term Jesus Christ. Jesus' real name is Yeshua. The Ascended Master Yeshua got this consciousness. He is destined to get this consciousness. He came here to teach this love, to teach the pathway. So he got this Christ consciousness. That's why he named Jesus Christ. But the Christ consciousness level is the level of consciousness where it is the divine consciousness. This state is called I am state because they will realize fragment of God is there inside everyone. They will attach, they will align themselves as part of God. Okay, rather than being separate, they will align themselves with the God. They will not have any duality experience. They will feel that they are part of God. So this is I am consciousness. That's why Jesus mentioned I am the way. So what is next? So once someone passed all these exams, passed all these tests, and then passed all this consciousness level, what is next? Once we pass all these consciousness level and get the enlightenment, we will get ready to move on to the next dimension, which has its own consciousness level test. And then after fourth, there will be fifth. Most of the god, like deities that we worship, guru, ascended masters who got ascended, will be somewhere in fourth and fifth dimension. So far, we have discussed about the characteristics of different consciousness level. It doesn't matter where we are in our consciousness, because things happen sometimes. Something happens that triggers fear, we will go to fear mode. Yeah, that is obvious. But when we go to fear mode, we will not stay there for long. It is the human nature, right? When if something happened that makes that is very fearful, we will experience that emotion. How quick we can come back to our own mode. That is our base frequency. So regardless of triggers, where we stand in our consciousness level, that is the base frequency level. So regardless of the environment, whatever happens, we will go to that particular emotion, but we will come back to our base frequency. Okay, that is our level. And also it doesn't matter where we are, what is our base frequency. If we work, if we have this understanding, if we have that perception how things work, this is the standard map given by the universe to grow, to learn and grow and move to the next level, to get graduate to the next level. So this is the standard rule. So if we have this understanding, then we will start to perceive the things. Okay, it is going with the flow. Now I know what I need to do next. Okay, I know how I need to uh, perceive these things in order to increase my consciousness level. So we will start to look at things with this understanding. Okay, so that is the main reason why I wanted to share this perception with you. So we will have this understanding, and no matter where we are, with this understanding, we can start working on improving our consciousness level until third eye chakra. So that is what I mentioned in the very first video based on Jesus' teaching. Okay, the same ground that produced 30-fold can produce 100-fold. So it doesn't matter where we are in our consciousness level, but if we have this understanding, if we start to work on our consciousness level with this understanding, then we can be the 100-fold. See, when we are in this mode, we will have that joy and peace. That's what we are longing for, right? We go through all these feelings, guilt, shame, apathy, grief, fear. Everything is looking for what? Peace. Where I will get the peace. Will this will give me peace? Will that will give me peace? Whether achieving this will give me peace? Okay, so all along the way, our soul is searching for that peace, right? So when we have this understanding, we will on our way to attain what we are looking for, okay, from the starting, from the beginning. So what are the takeaway points from this long discussion? We have to first identify it is okay to be in a lower level in some way. Sometimes we want to help others, but at the same time we are very pride about what we do. And this is the reality. We will have the anger mode in some part of our lives. Sometimes we will have the pride, and the same time we will have the love for others. We will have the mixture of everything. But when we look into that, and when we analyze it, when we accept our, and when we work on how to move towards, when we look through that, so then it will start to be beneficial. We will start to understand this is not the trap, this is the ladder. Okay, this is the ladder. These challenges are the environments that will make us to move to the next level. We will understand that. So who can do that? So if we have the understanding, we are the only one who can work on our consciousness. The environment, the other people, everything are the tools given to us to test our consciousness, to learn, okay, to learn from the environment and to improve it. Okay, so all those are tools. So we have to work on our own consciousness. We have to work on increasing our vibration to increase our consciousness level. So when we work on increasing our vibration, obviously we will increase our consciousness. And when we increase the consciousness, we will look at the things in higher perspective, higher level. So that will again improve our vibration. So this is like, it will go like a wheel. So get it started, then it will push you. So hence start working on increasing our vibration. So that is the whole purpose of this channel, sharing the wisdom and then sharing the tips to increase the vibration. How can we increase the vibration? So the simple ways to increase our vibration when we are being in materialistic life, we don't need to do anything spiritual, but even in the materialistic life, in that perspective, we can simply start increasing our vibration. The first thing, treat your body as temple because God resides in you. You don't need to get this understanding in your final third eye chakra level. You can just have this understanding right now and you can start working on that. You can start looking at the things in that perception. So God is residing in you and experiencing the things. We say God is there inside the temple. When you realize God is inside you, then you are the temple, right? So treat your body as a temple. Feed it with more light food, the food that has light in it, so not dead animals. Okay, feed it, treat it like a temple. feed it with light food. Take care of your body by doing consistent exercise, yoga, okay, all those stuffs. And then start aligning with your higher self, with your higher purpose. This can be done through meditation or inner silence, or start questioning things. All those things will help you to, will make you to move you towards your higher self, get aligned with your higher self. Then start practicing this. That's what Valalar says. You have to practice seeing God inside everyone. That will not come as easily as it is, because we are in the duality world, right? So start practicing. When you feed someone, feed in a mode that you are feeding the God inside that person, because God is experiencing the life through that vessel, through that person. So start seeing God inside everyone and also inside everything, every being, right? And then start developing compassion. So when you start to look at everyone and every being in this perception, then the compassion for everyone will come automatically, naturally. So this is the takeaway, final takeaway point. What you can do, simply take light food, means the food which has light in it. Which food has light? I mean the photon in it. Vegetables and fruits, because that grabs the light directly. Practice to see the light inside you through the meditation. And the very important thing is work on your passion, because the passion is something that is the direction from your higher self, because your higher self knows your higher purpose, why you're here. So we may be dwelled inside the materialistic thing, but the higher self know the higher purpose. So what do you see as your passion is the direction from your higher self. So no matter what is your profession, whether your profession is aligned with your passion or not, it doesn't matter. It's okay to work for our life, but still find your passion and work towards your passion. And then start doing wisdom search. Start questioning things. Don't accept the things as it is. And compassion, perception of seeing God inside everyone, that will give you the compassion, and that will give you the mentality of serving to others. In all videos, I'm saying serve to others, serve to others. That is the main reason why I mentioned this, because there are two modes. We are living in duality, right? Serve to self and serve to others, positive, negative. I hope you got some takeaway point. If it resonates with you, share it so that it can reach someone who can make use of it. Thank you very much. Take care.